We're live now with that famous one viewer watching. Hi, one viewer, welcome. We're just working on our FT spear tonight. It is in a bad state because I just fucked up this here piece. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna place these, I'm gonna fire up the soldering station. And we're just gonna try to fix this part real quick by going to strip this out. Feel free to comment. Oh, did somebody say something? No, I can't see from over here. No. One viewer. No, I'm not advertising this on Facebook. That was a bust last time. But hey, someday we can have a discussion about this stuff when people want to have a discussion. Otherwise, we're just gonna take a little bit of this blue stuff and stick this to that. I don't think that's in the camera. How about if we put it over there and we put this one right there. Welcome. Invite your friends if they are super bored on this first day of 2020. Yeah, right. There isn't really somebody watching. Okay. I actually have this facing the wrong way for my lefty hand. This way was better. So we're just gonna fix this real quick. Please don't take my solder. Oh. Here. We'll even let you guys see. You guys who aren't even there. There. That looks good. Okay. Okay. Hi. We're gonna move this so I don't knock it off. And that. I think that one viewer is not really a viewer. Okay. So what we're going to do here is we're going to tape this down along here. So that we have these lights. Too long of a tape. I don't want it up in the leading edge up there. So this is going to be equipped with a F411, Maytech F411 WSE. It's going to have, well, these LED lights, a GPS, it's going to have 2 digital Metal Gear Emax servos. Alright, I'll just put it like that. The less this stuff moves around, the better. So I'd like it to just settle down. So we're going to tape it down. And my plan is we'll have one out here on the fin. And these ones will light up the leading edge of the wing. And I just want to make sure they're not hitting the spar, and they're not. Okay, now we're going to do the same on this side. We're going to stick it out about the same location. Except this one should be facing up. So we're doing it the same. Like that. And that's Josh Bixler in the background that I'm listening to. I don't know if you can hear him or not. Okay, I'm forgetting a critical fucking step to this, and that is these. Oh shit. Okay. Let's get that soldering iron again. Okay, so what we're going to do with those is we're going to take some servo cables. Let's see what we got. Should I just use one of these? Yeah. We're going to use these things. These are a bunch of connectors I got from work. Okay, both of these got to have one at the end. That is hilarious. Hi, one viewer. Give me a comment. Tell me you're alive. Alive! I don't know if I'm going to pull the whole thing off of here or not. We'll see. This one I should be able to do. So we'll go back to here. I'll put a little goober on here. No, actually I don't want to do that. Just if you guys want to see what I'm printing today, you one person out there, okay, one viewer. Oh, I was going to get the what's printing. I'm printing a pan tilt piece to go with Matt Ogborn's released one on his Thingiverse page. And ours, I'm just printing a revised piece. And you can't really see it all that well. So I can't show you much, but that's what we're printing. Oh, no, here. Hi. See, if I had a chat, they would tell me. I do have a chat. If I had people say something. Hello, world. 0 viewers now, right? There's nobody out there. Hello with a W. No thanks. That's not right. Hello, world. I'm Bill. I can't even see what I'm typing. My FT. Tonight. Welcome. How about if we do the There we go. Let's switch it to that one. Okay, let's fire this up. Oh, I gotta go through the thing to find my link if I'm gonna post it on Facebook. Never mind, people will just have to come find me. Oh, is that another broken one? Oh my god, another broken one. These things are gonna keep breaking. Shit. Shit, shit, shit. I used shitty wire for this. That's gonna be... Oh, it's not broken. Is it broken or not? No, not broken. But anyway, we're going to have to release this piece of tape. We probably will break it. Okay. We're just going to get this one ready too. Just like that, as Josh Bixler says. Okay, we'll stick this one down like that. And then we will get these ready. Okay, where's the other one I had? Lost it already. Okay, there it is over there. We get these ready by stripping them. Like so. Nobody's gonna join my live stream. But this FT Spear is being built just because I put the wings together, or cut out the wings like 2 years ago. And I was going through my bin and I found them. So I said, oh, I gotta get some solar. When I run out of battery on this thing, I'm gonna be bumming. I don't think I have any more. Okay. I don't even know if I'm on. Is it in shot? I don't know. Do you care? No. Does anyone out there care? No. Does anyone out there have an opinion on the FAA taking away our hobby? I have one. I think it sucks. Okay. We're going to clip these a little bit off. Okay. And we're going to go over here because I'm a lefty. Where are we? Is this it? Here. Yeah. Okay. Going over here because I'm a lefty. I don't want to turn the whole thing around. Okay, black. That looks good. I'm going to get a pair of pliers to help me out too. Okay, one side done. This side. Okay, now let's get this taped down again before it breaks. Okay, I have found in my many crashes that the more things crash and burn, everything that's loose will move. So make sure that nothing can move, and then nothing will break. Well, not really, but less things will break when you crash. So, yeah, this is good practice in talking and doing things if I'm going to actually do this live stream stuff eventually. The good thing is nobody's watching, so nobody cares. Here, after doing all this, to not have to turn it around, I have to turn it around. I-Force 2D. He's flying an FT Mini Arrow. He did not like that plane. I like it. I'm a flight test fan. I'm not a flight test fan these days, but I like their designs. Can I like their designs? Is that okay? All right. Here we go. The way we're gonna do this is we gotta tin these wires first. Let's just stick them up here. Welcome, one viewer. The automatic. Is it one person watched to make sure I'm not doing any porn or something? I don't know. What are they? To make sure I'm not doing anything that violates their terms of service. Let's put it that way. Oh.
Hey, welcome to Flight Test. I'm Josh, and today we're going to be showing you how to build the FT Mighty Mini Arrow. Now, if you haven't seen the episode on the Mighty Mini Arrow, I had a great opportunity to join up with Phil Fremont and John Davis, otherwise known as Skipzo, to go ahead and teach them how to build, how to fly, and he blew us away, and it was all around this one simple platform.
Blew us away, all right.
Coming out with them in the future. So, if you don't know already,
okay, red.
Plans, we also have the
Black is on top on this one.
A couple things before you start that you're going to want to do, whether you're scratch building or building off a speedboat kit, is get your power pod built and get your servo centered. Now, if you're using our electronic packs, so these are the ES9051s, and it's important to use the smallest control horn to cut off the 3 extra legs, leaving the smallest leg on it. Now, for the power pod on the Mighty Minis, the most important thing is, when you build it, the A points towards the orientation of the motor. Now, since this is a pusher, it's going to have no thrust angle. But if you're building other planes like the Little Mini Sportster, the Mustang, those are all going to have a right angle, and the tip of the A is going to point towards the side of the firewall. Unfortunately, on our minis, the firewalls are all a little bit different to meet up with it, but they all run off of the A or the F packs. And speaking of A and F packs, we do have electronics packs available. So we can give you the servos, the engines, everything you need, minus your radio. Let's go ahead and get our materials ordered and get started.
Do 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 do.
In this portion of the build, we're going to show you how to build the right side of the flying wing. We're also going to show you how to cut out the leaves for the center pod. So the great thing about flying wings is there are really only 2 main components to build. In this case, we're going to go ahead and start with one side of the wing. The other process is going to be the exact same. Before we go ahead and start doing our bevel cuts on the wing, let's go ahead and build our spar first. For our spar, we're going to go ahead and remove the foam here and here. And before I go ahead and remove the foam, I like to try
Oh, that's the wrong one.
this is going to assure that I get a nice big cut. And don't go down through the paper. If you do cut through the paper, your scratch goes.
Come on, stop moving.
Now we're going to pull this over 180 degrees. Use our fingernails. Pull the paper away, revealing the cavity that we're going to use to fold the paper. Did everything. It usually comes off in one nice clean shape. If it doesn't, don't worry about that. Just go back and clean out that area. You want a nice clean cavity so you get a nice clean fold. Now, this is the
God damn it.
with all of our models. And if you've already built your power pod, you already know what an A-fold is. A-fold is where the side cheeks go above the bottom plate.
Okay, they're not touching. Is this the most boring thing in the world?
We're going to go ahead and leave the side plates on the table. We're going to apply our glue on the bottom of the side plates. And then we're going to fold it up to 90 degrees. If you don't have a 90-degree triangle, it'd be a good idea to get one. Or you can use a roll of tape or something that's square. Alright, starting about a half inch from the edge. We're going to apply a nice bead of glue on the bottom of the side plate. Stop a half inch from the other edge. Place the bottom of the table using it as our pen. We're going to rotate the bottom plate up 90 degrees.
Okay, I don't have enough solder in my soldering gun, but I think that should work. Okay, so now what we're going to do is, without breaking anything, we're going to try to tape this down. Oh, there goes one. Jesus. This wire I used really sucks. You know it's going to break. I should be taking this whole fucking thing apart and redoing it. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch.
Build this fold together and join it, and not have that center section that you saw in the opening of the video. Or you can assemble a center section included in both the kit and the plans, and actually have a cavity where your battery and or your FPV equipment can all stay inside. Now you're also going to notice this little hatch right here. This is if you're making something with the nose and you didn't have an area to access radio gear, you can do so right here. This is on both sides.
Okay, let's tin this up.
Cut this out at a later step. But before we do, we're going to cut a double bevel here and a single bevel on the other.
Okay.
This is going to be the leading edge of our wing. There's a nice sharp razor blade, not held at a 90-degree angle, but a very acute angle. We're going to go ahead and let the edge of the blade rest just inside of the paper. And with a light flowing motion towards us, we're going to cut a single bevel. If your paper rips, it means your razor blade stopped. This razor blade's been used quite a bit. I'm going to go ahead and change it out.
Shit.
Now that our one side bevel is done, we're going to go ahead and put our attention
No.
on the other side. Flip it 180 degrees, same process as before.
That just sucks. That wire just sucks. That shitty fucking Banggood wire. Okay. I'm doing all this and it's gonna fucking break. It's gonna fucking break, I can guarantee it. It's gonna break on the first goddamn flight.
You want to make sure that no resistance when you press it down. So you have a single bevel held by the elbow and a double bevel on the leading edge. Now normally later on in the process I would say let's go back and reinforce this and work on our tails. So let's take that opportunity right now. So that's easy to work with. We're going to bury the tip of our hot glue gun with a very thin ribbon glue right down on our hinge line. Then we're going to go back with a small piece of scrap foam and we're going to scrape it all out. Don't want to leave any excess hot glue. Only what penetrates into the foam and the paper. And we'll sit back and let that dry. If you haven't done so already, let's go ahead and remove the little servo pocket from the wing. Now with the top surface of the wing staying on the ground, we want to apply a fold here to establish our leading edge curve. If we go ahead on here, it's going to go ahead and prematurely crinkle these areas and not give me a consistent curve. We're going to keep this spot on the edge, and with the flat palm of our hand, we're slowly going to rock this back and forth a couple times, letting it round out the leading edge.
Alright.
There we go. Now when we go back, you have a lot more curve to get a very sleek wing. Once you've done that and it curls over nicely, you can go ahead and
The next step
here. If you don't
is
have
to
use this pocket, this could be used very easily for FPV here. It could be used for hooking up your lights. Anything you really want.
lights.
If you're not using the front cut this out here, just so you can see how it looks. Now, if you delicately pop this through, the score cut should
I
be
think
loose.
we should make this so that it
Be on a nice little finish. Go ahead and smear a little bit of glue in here and reinforce the finish, so when we fold this over, it doesn't delaminate.
goes that way.
It's very important whenever you do these reinforcements, you get all the excess glue off. If you leave excess glue on it, it's going to bind. In this kit and on these plans, there's two different nose options. If you're slow storing or don't like the look of the power pod and don't mind the battery being external, you can build the one on the top here. In this case, you're not going to need to do any further cuts on your wings. If you're going to build the lower one, at this point we're going to want to put our attention to our
Okay,
score line.
that's what you have to do when you build my
We're going to want to cut along that
3D printed pod version. You have to cut.
It's a perfectly straight line, but it actually has an arc. That's so when this folds up.
I don't know what's happening there.
Right up against the center pod. Cut this relief. I want to save this little score cut for when I put the center pod on so I can trim it exactly. You'll see that shortly. Now this is done, we're going to take a barbecue skewer and very, very lightly press into the score cut. Just going to open that up very, very minimal. Just to tell it where we really want it to crease.
Okay, next.
Now that's been done, you're going to notice that this does not go all the way to the edge, but we're going to line up this box here and then keep it between the two score cuts.
We're going to connect the power
Once you're happy with
together.
the way that looks, I don't need to go all the way to the edge. Apply a little bit of glue. Once again, repeat that motion. Right back over the top servo cavity. Many of you all built the FT Sports, so you're seeing that we use a different technique now for the servos, especially when we're doing a box spar, and that is to recess the servo slightly.
So we probably connect those together because that is the end.
Once that's dry,
That's the last one.
start giving the wing its shape. Now the goal is going to be when this folds over, that this box spar sits nice and flat against the bottom of the wing. Don't worry about this portion quite yet. We'll take care of that shortly. Once you're happy with that fold, it's not bending up the front too badly, we're going to go ahead and plenty of glue in our glue.
Okay.
We're going to put the tip right into the crease. Put a very minimal amount of glue along each seam. Now we're using Adtech Pro 200. If your hot glue gun can't deliver enough hot glue, go ahead and do this one score at a time and repeat this process until all the wings are done. Now, with the glue still hot, we're going to fold this over and repeat the exact same motion that we just did. This time we're going to press the trailing edge down against the bottom of the wing. Go ahead and give this about 30 seconds to dry. Once you've done that, you're going to notice that the wing holds its shape very nicely. That's exactly what we want. Now that we're happy with the curl, we're going to go ahead and kick out the bottom plate of the wing. As straight as possible, it doesn't have to be perfect. We're going to go ahead and cut off our excess spar material. Now this process will be the exact same. If we fold this over, the spar would be coming right out to here and we'd just simply be cutting this area off. One common request we had from the Versa wing was that they didn't like that everything was exposed. We really wanted to address that. And Phil and John and Davis were really helpful through this process to find out what they'd like to see, both as newbies and as experienced pilots in the RC multi-rotor industry. Alright, we're happy with that. Now's the time to make sure we have plenty of glue. And if anyone's keeping track, we still have not used the full glue stick yet. More glue does not mean more strain. So be strategic about that. Put it just where it's needed. If you have to practice on a scrap piece, go ahead and do so. We're going to go ahead and apply a nice bead of glue here.
Okay.
And on each edge of the spar. And then, since the wing is so small, on the trailing edge. Now, if your glue gun can't produce enough glue, go ahead and do just these three stripes, and we'll go back to the trailing edge afterwards. Alright, once again, half inch from the edge, and half inch from the other edge. Right along the spars. Same principle applies. I always end it just a little bit from the edges and not too. And one nice little bead right at the very edge. Alright, so I'm folding this down, I'm making sure my spar is nice and flat, and I'm putting my energy right on top of the spar and right at the very end of the trailing edge. So I'm making sure the trailing edge is flat against the table, the spar is flat against the bottom of the wing, and everything is held. Give this about a minute. Don't rush this process because if you release too early and it lets go of the wing, you're going to change your airfoil, and that's going to affect how the plane flies. It's very important when this is thoroughly dried flat up against the top surface of the wing. Okay, at this point, this portion of the wing is now done, and what we need to do is we need to repeat the exact same process.
Now we're going to connect these together.
In this portion of the build, we're going to show you how to join two wings together and get it ready for the center power pod. So to join the wings, we're going to fold this on its back. Just like in many of our videos, we're going to only put tape on one half of the side, split right down the middle. There we go. Now we're folding up to one side. I'm just going to press this up even as flat as possible. Not the tape fall on over. We're going to want this joint to be nice and tight because that's going to give us most of our strength. Now you can see here we have a really nice tape hinge. At this point, if you're building the version like a slope store without the center pod area, what you want is you have both surfaces here and then be able to meet right in the middle. In this step, we're only going to be putting glue on the bottom because this area is going to have the power pod. If you're building this without the center power pod, this area and this area would have glue, and when you join it and put it down, it would stick together.
Do not join the yellow wires together.
You're going to want the glue to squeeze out just a little bit so you can smear it and make the joint even stronger.
That arrow should be pointing that way, right?
Little side benefit, this also gives a nice rubbery texture for the battery to stick up against, and also the power pod in the back. Give us plenty of time to allow it to dry thoroughly. Now would be a really good time to go ahead and cut this relief out. You're going to notice about one width of foam from the leading edge. That's exactly how we want. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and pop out these little pieces of foam. This is going to be where our power pod is going to key in. In this section of the build, we're going to show you how to build the center pod area that's going to house our battery, power pod, and electronics. To build the center portion of the power pod, we're going to remove the foam from this cavity here, and also remove the foam board here. Same process as before, just give it a light score so it opens up easier. Then rolling the foam out with your fingers. Now would be a really good time to, just to give us a little rocking motion, and pop out these tabs, these little access holes. This is going to be for servo leads to pass through, and there are also two other electronics that need to put in the wings to get to the center section. Once again, we're going to be doing an A-fold on this. A-fold is where the side plates go above the bottom plate. And to get that A-fold, we're going to focus our glue predominantly on the bottom of the side plate.
I have too much water on my sponge,
Then we're going to move the bottom plate.
even though I've squeezed it out twice.
Side plate firmly against the table. If you have any excess glue, go ahead and scrape it off now. Keep it light and strong. We're going to repeat the same process on the other side. Our last step in the center section is we're going to put a little bit of glue right where this paper is and maybe a little bit on the paper. Now don't push this down with your fingers or you're going to burn yourself. Use a scrap piece of foam. Work this down 90 degrees.
Okay.
Give it a couple seconds. And go ahead and fold the rest of the way back. You want the excess glue smear out holding it down. This is going to give a nice secure edge that won't delaminate when you open and close your hatch over and over. In this portion of the build, we're going to show
Okay, that step is almost complete. Now what we need to do is connect that to
Go ahead and take a barbecue skewer or something that's nice and flat and rub it against the edge. If it's very tight, you can go back and trim it with a razor blade and chew it up a little bit. If you're working off the speed build kit, this should be the only real step you need to do to make it fit very nicely. Once you're happy with the fit, go ahead and do one final test before we glue it in. Now that we're happy with the fit, we're going to carefully remove it.
Okay, we should get another one of those things. Right? Or just any servo cable.
Pinch this in just a little bit so it goes down to this area. Line up the rear part of the center pod with the trail edge of the lead.
Here, this one's already cut off.
Alright, once we're happy with that fit, give it about a good 30-40 seconds to dry before moving on. With the center pod firmly glued into the wing, we're going to go ahead and put a bead of glue on the top surface of the wing on both sides. What we do want to make sure, though, before doing that, is that both portions of the trail edge are the same distance up. Sometimes when you push it down in, this can crush down and stay down. Make sure that they're up and even. I'm going to keep this area nice and clean, put a bead of glue, and have a scrap piece of foam handy, and scrape it off. Do one side at a time, and always make sure your wing stays nice and flat on the table. This joint is going to give you a tremendous amount of swing.
Tremendous.
In this portion of the build, we're going to show you how to install your servos.
Hey, are there two people watching? No. There's just the one phantom person.
Just take the excess material of your push rods.
Hi, one phantom person.
And bend a little U into it like a hook. Let it be a little bit more closed than open. Now we can take our servos. We can drop them down through our servo hole. You're going to notice there's two different staggered layers in there. Just what we want. We can hook it. And pull it out.
That's what the bottom, oh, you can't really see. This is what the bottom looks like.
Now if everything is right, this should sit right down in for you, nice and neat. We're going to hold off gluing it to the very end. We're still going to repeat the exact same process on the other side. With both of our servos in place but not glued, we're going to go ahead and put our attention towards the push rods. Now on a wing, the elbows are not perfectly flat. They're angled up just slightly.
Okay, we're going to have to take a short break. See.
Either the servo or the control horn has been glued in at this point, so we actually have a little bit of adjustment we can still make. In this case, I'm happy with the way it looks.
Are you still there, Timeless Truths?
A couple millimeters in.
Do you build iNav planes?
This is going to create what we call a modified Z-bend. The Z-bend is where when you lay it flat, it looks like a Z. And modified is where it protrudes upwards. Nice thing about this is we can actually torsion the bar and then remove it from the control horn to do any repairs we need. So we're going to cut this area. And if you're conservative and you get this the first shot, you have enough extra push.
I needed that cookie.
And if you have a speed build kit and you have this extra hardware, save it. You can get a friend into the hobby with it. In this case, I won't turn this into a standard Z-bend. I'm going to grab this.
Excellent. You're there.
There's a reason I never removed it from the front end.
I'm sorry, this is the most boring thing.
If we remove this and try to bend it, oftentimes what will happen is this is not going to be 90 degrees.
This was an impromptu, just go live.
Slide this on. Press it down into our cavity.
So what I was going to do next is make this connector. That's why I moved this off, because I wanted to solder these other pieces. We're going to make a connector here with this. This is going to go into the WSE, the Maytech F411 WSE. And, oh, the battery's going to die in my microphone. Just learning. Well, I just learned this summer too. I learned how to fly this summer, and I've been building planes like crazy. Here, let's switch views here. I'll show you the plane. Okay, hold on. Can't do that. See, I don't know how to operate my computer yet. So, yeah, let me switch to the desktop view. I mean the HD cam. I'll show you this. Okay, so this is the first kind of plane I built to learn how to fly with. And it's a flight test tiny trainer. It doesn't have iNav in it or anything. But I modify all my designs. So the tiny trainer design had a, like, oh, I don't know. It had a 2-part fuselage here. And I redesigned it for one part. It also had the servos inside, which were hard to deal with. And I designed a 3D printed motor mount and 3D printed wing mount. And I crashed the hell out of, not this one. This one's never been flown. But back there on the wall, you can kind of see that's the first plane that I got into the air, basically. And then this was my first successful iNav build. And this is a modified FT Aero, and it also has a custom 3D printed pod that I designed myself. And the motor pod and the scoop, all this is designed myself. And the battery goes in there. And it's not a perfect design. It's too nose heavy. So I have a new design in which I'm utilizing these motor extenders to put the motor out further to give me more rear CG situation. So I like to put all the options on my iNav build so they always have lights. Oh, the other iNav build I have, oh, this is an FPV pod that you can just stick on any plane and you hook a 3S battery up to it. That's pretty cool. For me anyway. Okay, so like this plane over here. Oh my God. It's back here, but yeah. This is a twin engine carbon fiber boomed FT Explorer. Are you getting the clue that I build flight test planes? Because I have real planes. On the other side of this wall, there's a shelf full of planes that I haven't built. Brand new in boxes. Anyway, this has twin motors. Whoa. Differential thrust. Has an iNav. It has a F411 flight controller in there. It's a beast. Fly it with a 4S 5000 battery. That is a beast of a plane, yes. Oh my God, there's 2 people watching now. Mavic Mini, eh? Yeah. So a friend of mine has a Phantom 4 and he loves it, and it really is amazing technology. It's kind of boring as things go to mess around with because it's just so easy to fly that you don't have to do anything. But he flies that Phantom like more than a mile away and it gets perfect HD picture. It's amazing. So I have built many quads. Here's a little racer. Not a racer, it's a freestyle quad. It's a Strix Screech frame from Ready Made RC. It's got cheapo Banggood BL Heli 32 ESCs. This is a Betaflight, still on old Betaflight 3.5.1. And I've built some huge things. Let me go get it. This thing has, it's made out of wood. It's got iNav 2.2.1, so almost the most recent version of iNav. It's got a Foxier camera up front, so that's new. and an old F3 flight controller, and all these LEDs. I don't know if you can see them, but it's got a separate Arduino back here that controls the LEDs, and it's powered by a switch. This frame I built like in 2014, and I've constantly been just changing it. So it's actually going to go, it hasn't flown on iNav yet. It's got two different lighting systems too. It's got this lighting system on the side that's just battery powered. Anyway, it's a giant ship, and its idea is to be like a DJI Phantom, but for $300 with little army guys hanging out in the back. But it's of course not going to be like that. And I have a big base that goes on the bottom that has a gimbal. I have a gimbal that you can change bases on, the landing gear on it. Has Bluetooth telemetry, OLED screen, of course FPV. Anyway, hilarious, right? So yeah, I have a lot of quads, but I got into planes this summer, and I like flying planes and the challenge of building them. And quads are also a challenge to build, but it's just I got into planes this summer. I don't know why, and I've built this thing. It's my own design. It's based off a Sky Hunter, Nano Sky Hunter. It's got it's also just Dollar Tree foam board. Battery goes up in here. It's fun building planes and crashing the hell out of them. And I've got others too. Anyway, so let me tin up these light connectors. But a Mavic Mini seems like a lot of people are getting it, and it's a good camera drone. I think you do it over Wi-Fi with your phone, right? Pretty sure. The Phantom is controlled, of course, with DJI's proprietary stuff. And the picture you get, my friend has this like crystal sky screen or something. Oh my God. It's amazing video. Okay, let's switch back to our previously scheduled. Oh, I didn't ever switch. I am such a buffoon. Oh yes, I did. I don't know how to run this OBS studio. I think this OBS studio, the studio is redundant. I don't know how to run this OBS. Okay, and I can't see right now. I don't know if you can hear in the background, but that's Josh Bixler building an FT Arrow, one of my favorite crashable planes. Well, you can crash it about twice and then you have to rebuild it. Okay, see, I have too much stuff on my sponge. It's not good. Too much water on my sponge. Okay, let's go back. See, I have to redo this so I can see the chat from over there. Yeah, thank you. Well, I don't feel that skilled right now, but I appreciate it. Thank you. By the way, just in case you're wondering, I use R9, not Crossfire. Free Sky. I have a Free Sky ancient Tyrannus that has been upgraded 100 times with R9 module in the back. Have a whole bunch of R9 receivers. These are all my future builds. These are R9 minis. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. So getting ready for winter building time. Just moved into this house and got this workshop going. So that's also exciting. Designed this 3D printed thing to fit. So the motor on the back of this FT Spear is going to get a light ring, and it's going to get programmed so the lights will go woo woo woo. Maybe if I put it in that camera right there. So the way it works is this little piece here. This is the motor mount. The motor gets mounted onto here. This is on the back of the plane, and that'll get glued on like that, and it holds the motor. So it holds the lights. The motor's sticking in there. The lights will be going choo, 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 choo. Okay, I'm acting like a weirdo. Okay, so that is for the FT Spear, and eventually the new design of the see, I redesigned this pod here so that you could put any height. You can change the height of this. You could have like just 5 millimeters. This is 20. So that would move the motor out back 20. And then there's nut captures in the inside here. Then your light holder goes on. Then your motor goes on. Then your light holder goes on. Then your lights go on. Like so. This is the 3D printed pod I designed for my FT Aero wings. And it fits the ESC in this area here. And you put the flight controller here. GPS usually over here. Battery up here. FPV pod out in the very front. This is the FPV pod. Gets glued on there. This is the ESC scoop that also gets glued on there. Sunny Sky motor. Yeah, so if you're into Mavic Mini, this is a totally different experience because you're kind of on your own right from the get-go. So when you, oh, you've chatted some more, I better look and see. You, yeah, you have to do everything yourself. So it's like the opposite of the DJI experience where you have to, you know, where you have to just like follow the instructions on how to turn it on, and then like it just does stuff automatically. iNav will do things automatically, like that wing will launch automatically, but oh yeah, I'm getting cut off there. I don't know which way to move the camera. Anyway, the wing will launch itself automatically, but you have to set all that stuff up with iNav. So that is the thing. You have to set it up, and you have to do it all. You have to go and learn all this stuff. And that's why the Facebook group, I don't know if you were on the Facebook group, but the Facebook group was a good place. I kind of came to it after I learned everything, but at least the beginner, I haven't learned everything, hardly. I hardly know anything, but after I learned the things that I know to build the first iNav planes. If you come from Betaflight, it's easy. If you're coming from DJI Phantoms and Mavics, building your first like freestyle quad, like one of these guys, that's going to be a whole different world for sure. Whole different world from the DJI world. And except for the DJI digital FPV, that is now part of our hobby situation here, of course. But okay, we're going to see if we can solder this thing to this thing. Red wires to red. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a little heat shrink on there, like so. It's probably too much heat shrink. Cut it down a little bit. And then we will do this one. That one goes on the brown one. Totally gonna have to change my glasses now. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is take the red one and we just kind of stick them together and hope that we can get some steady hands. And we just go like this. Ow. There we go. Okay. Now we're going to do the black ones. So we're going to stick that like that. We got it. Okay. Better look at the chat. Yeah, I don't have Facebook. Well, I didn't start with Facebook. YouTube. YouTube is where I learned all my stuff. I learned from Joshua Bardwell and Bruce Simpson and Kebab FPV and Andy RC, and there are so many. Okay, that was a little short on the heat shrink. So definitely didn't do any Facebook on learning. I came to the Facebook group. I thought maybe that's how you found this live stream, was from the Facebook group. Anyway, YouTube University, as I like to call it. Yeah, back in 2014, Bruce Simpson was one of the first people. Project Blue Falcon, that guy unfortunately has passed away, but his videos were very informative when I was first learning Betaflight and stuff like that. Okay, so that worked. Basically, all these yellow wires, how these LEDs work, I'm going off on a tangent, but the way these LEDs work is they are controlled by the flight controller. Either Betaflight or iNav can control these LEDs, and these are WS2812 LEDs, and they are individually programmable. And the data wire goes like in a daisy chain. So it's going to start somewhere. You can have a total of 32. So I have the ring that goes around the motor. I think that's 12 or 16. 16, see, this is from Adafruit, and it even says 16 WS2812 on the back. So we got 16 plus 4, says 20, 24, 25, 26, and then I'm going to have one more flashing light at the top. So basically, one of these is in and out on this plug here. And then these power wires are going to get cut and they're going to get all joined together somewhere. I'm going to probably make a little power distribution board for that because this thing has so much room in it. So then you in the Betaflight configurator or the iNav configurator, you tell it each one of these lights what it's going to do. And the cool thing is what it'll be is at night, they'll be inside the wing and they're going to glow the whole wing, I hope. That's the idea anyway. This is going to be a night flyer, so it's going to have a Eagle night camera. Eventually, it's going to have an Eagle 2 Pro at first. The Eagle night camera is like almost $80, so it's going to be a while before I get that. Anyway, so one of these yellow wires, or one of the control wires, goes to the flight controller, and then it daisy chains all the way around through all the lights, and it ends at this one back here. This is the last one on this end. So I haven't really figured this build out yet totally. I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants. So I think the next step after getting this far and getting the lights in is to do the receiver. And the receiver, again, is going to be one of these R9s. So again, kind of like DJI, where you turn on your DJI and the first thing they do is you have to update the firmware, except this one, you have to manually kind of do it. The firmware has to be updated always to match the firmware that's in the module. And you don't know what it comes with. So before you even put it in, you connect this up. You take the module out the back of the radio, and you connect this up to the 3 pins inside here, the smart port and power and ground, and you connect them up to this. So basically that's the next step that I'm going to have to figure out, is the receiver. And the receiver is probably going to get one of these super long cables to hook it up. Super long servo cables that I'll have to chop up. And then it's going to go, oh, look at that's almost perfect. So this is going to get connected to here. This end's going to get chopped off. So let's open this up. Look at how tiny that is. That's the R9 mini receiver. I don't even know if you can see it, but it is tiny. It's tiny, tiny, tiny. It is so tiny. So I'm basically going to take this sticker off. I'm going to solder the pins on there. Actually, I'm not going to, oh yeah. I can't remember how I did the last one. I've only have one R9 plane so far. All my other planes are 2.4 gigahertz. Well, if you're new to this, I will explain. Most RC stuff is 2.4 gigahertz control, like your radio control. Your radio control is 2.4 gigahertz. That's what this is. R9 and Crossfire operate on 915 in the United States and 800 something megahertz in Europe and outside the United States. So that gives you longer range. So this communicates with this, and this is for older or 2.4 gigahertz using the FreeSky ACCST protocol. So that's what we're doing here, is we're going to do R9, which is long range. It's the poor man's long range version, not instead of Crossfire. And we're going to put it out on the right wing, and we're going to put the antenna vertically inside the winglet. So basically this thing needs to be captured inside the wing. This thing needs to be soldered to it, and the wires will run the same way. So the first thing we have to do again is to update this. And the best way to do that is to solder the wires that we're planning on soldering on there anyway. Except I need, so in here in our lovely instructions, smart port ground and voltage in. So, see, it's very confusing. This FreeSky does not make this easy. But basically, we're going to connect, we need 4 pins for our connection to the flight controller in this plane. The S-bus, smart port, ground, and VN. We don't need this S-bus in. So basically this one only has 3 wires, so I got to get another wire to connect to it. And that means I either have to take a whole nother one of those and chop it up, or go get another wire. And I have plenty of wire back here where it's solid wire and stranded wire. And should we use yellow? We'll use yellow. No, we should probably not use yellow. We should probably use green. I know I have to open up a new one. Or blue. Let's use blue. It's already open. So what we will do is elevator mechanic, 32 years. Cool, I'm an IT guy at Kansas State University, and one of the elevators in my building is broken. It's the old freight elevator, and it's been broken for like 3 weeks, and it was already broken for 6 months earlier. So we're going to cut this off. So if you're an elevator mechanic, then you can figure out lots of shit. And this DIY stuff wouldn't be too hard for you at all. Because, so what we're going to do here is we're going to painstakingly wrap this blue wire around. And there's probably a better way to do it. But I just keep going like this and keep moving down. And then every once in a while, I got to make sure that it's not too tangled up. I'm going to have to walk my dogs pretty soon. What a bummer. Lovely animals, but... Okay, so we will leave a little extra here at this end. And then we're going to do this thing where what are we going to do? We're going to solder these on and use those and put the connectors on there. Yes, yes, yes. For planes, I usually still use connectors. And quads, I direct solder everything. We're just going to chop that up. And then we're going to... Oh, my dogs are going to need to go out. I can hear them. Okay. We're going to wrap that around. And put a little bit of heat shrink on there so that it doesn't go too far away from me. That'd probably be pretty cool to fly one of those Mavic Minis inside an elevator shaft to do inspections. You could put a high-powered light on it. I wonder if they do that. Do they use drones for elevator shaft inspections? I'm going to venture and say yes. I bet you it's been done somewhere. Oh, that's too much. We might as well tin that. Okay, we're going to move stuff. I'm going to pause for a minute because I got to take my dogs out. Don't know if you'll be here when I get back, but you're welcome to stay. I'm just going to put on my... Oh, is it done printing? I was going to say I'm just going to put on that screen and watch the print. But it looks like my print is already finished. So the dogs are going to have to wait another minute. Let's go see our RC world. And see, there's the time lapse. Oh, I broke it. Right out of the gate, I broke it. No, I didn't. Okay. So, let's see if this is going to fit on. What we have here is this here piece. Not very exciting, but it's part of a pan tilt mechanism. And it's to replace this piece here. Let's switch views. Let's see, what do we got? Here, let's do that one. So, this is to replace this piece. And the reason is, it's proportioned a little different. But my camera, first let's see if it fits over that. So the first part is supposed to fit. That looks like it's good. If we put a little fake hinge in there. Okay, that's how that's supposed to work. The servo goes in here. And then a servo goes in here to turn it. Okay, so that part works. Where's the camera? So that is to fit Oh, it's not tall enough. I didn't make it tall enough. See, I want it angled down a little, but not that much. So basically, in my Fusion 360 program, I need to increase the distance between there to give myself more room. That's why the camera's out in front on this one. But you see, it doesn't fit in there. And then I thought, well, the Mobius will be on top, and then it will get this camera in view. I don't want that. So I wanted the Mobius and the front of this to be around the same plane in the front of the... Okay, so this has to be slightly altered to make this dimension between here and here taller by about, oh, barely anything. If I just had another, it'll actually fit like that, but that's too close. That's too close for comfort. So we'll redesign this and we'll reprint it tonight even still. We could do it on screen if you're interested. What time is it? 10:29. Yeah. Okay. Let me go let the dogs out. And change. I should have some lovely viewer music. Okay, doesn't matter. Let's just do this. The sound back. I hope it is. So, total attention deficit disorder, but we are going to totally change gears here and open up Fusion 360 and fix our little part. And, oh, I'm going to have to look up my password. Here, let's put this on the other screen. Oh, that was right. So we're going to use Fusion 360 to alter our design. And the way we do that is, this is a cloud-based app, unfortunately, so we have to, data panel, we have to get the data panel to work. And this is an unfortunate thing. Okay, here, we'll find it this way. Pan tilt. There we go. Let's see if it'll open it. Well, then we'll put, so this is our little simpleton design. And basically, we want to move that down. So I think we can do that simply by editing this sketch. And we're going to put this, so there's a 4mm difference. So if we add, I should have been using name parameters, but let's add about 6mm. So let's make that 40. And this, oh, nope, 40, 40, 40. And then make this 36. And then make this 16. That way we're splitting the difference. And we finish the sketch. That's all it takes, I think, basically, to fix this problem. So then we're going to export this to STL. And we're going to uncheck that box. And we're going to put it in my, I was in the right place. RC aircraft, pan tilt. Let's put it right there. Save, replace. Okay, and then the next thing we do is save this, and then open Cura. Cura is going to slice this for us, and then we will send it off to Octoprint. And Octoprint will send all the commands to the printer, and the printer will print it. And I will have to go there, a little bit of human interaction, because we're going to have to clean off the bed. So we're going to open a file. And unfortunately, this is all going to be, I printed it from upstairs before. So the next thing we got to do is rotate this so that it prints. And I want to print with this side down. So we rotate the piece like so. And then let's check our settings. So we're going to have 2 wall lines, 3 top layers, 2 bottom layers, 22% infill, 196 and 62 on the temps, 3.5 retraction. I think I have a higher retraction upstairs. I think I have higher speeds upstairs. We'll leave it like that. We'll leave it all like that. Okay, so let's preview it and go to layer view. I don't like the way they've done this. Okay. Zoom in. So this will show us how each layer is going to look. And there you can see the infill. That's pretty thin, but that's what we want, thin and light. We don't want a bunch of weight on our plane, do we? No. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is go to monitor. We're going to preheat because I like to give it the heat commands first. Let me go get that thing off the bed. So now we can send it the print command. So we'll go back to prepare and we'll just say print with Octoprint. And then once these 2 temperatures reach their designated temps, it will start printing. So yeah, okay, so back to where we were. That's the beauty of 3D printing. Yeah, you screw up, but then you just make another part. You fix it, and then you make another one. Okay, so we're almost ready to connect the receiver. This is the biggest pain. I put this off because I didn't want to have to do it. And really, all these receivers, all these receivers need to be fixed, all of them. And I guess we need to move over here. So let's set this up. I don't need my iPad because we are not going to level the bed. We're just going to hope it's still level from the last print. We're going to move this camera so that it's, that is still warm, or still hot, so that it sticks out further into my desk, but we have not done that. So we'll clean up while we're doing this stream thing. We'll clean up. Clean workspace is always good. There's never a clean workspace in an elevator shaft, I bet. They're always dirty. Always dirty. I've been in a few. I've had to do some cable chasing in an elevator shaft. It's not the cleanest environment that I have ever worked in. is for sure. Okay, we're getting there. This shitty wire I'm just throwing away because they suck. This is the little nut stopper to stop my shortcoming of nut capture design in my 3D printing. Okay, we almost got a cleaned up workspace here. Oh, what an idiot. Okay, this is where we'll do our soldering. We'll put this in our scrap foam board drawer. Try to be organized. More of these. Okay, we're ready to solder. We have our soldering iron here. Ah yes, these are our versions. These are our versions of R9. So they're actually two different versions on the receiver and the module, but they're dated the same day. Free Sky and R9, that's a whole saga that I won't bore you with. Viewers. Okay, sorry, I have to have a clean place when I start working on something. I'm kind of not OCD, but something. I just like to have a clean area when I start. Relatively clean. And not have a bunch of screws like that sticking around, but there they are. They will go in here. Okay. What we're going to try to do eventually here, now that we've fixed our 3D print. Oh, it's printing. It's printing. See that? Isn't that wonderful? Okay. Okay. How did I want to do this? Last time I think I soldered to these little connectors. I think that's what we'll do again. Okay, so that means that we're going to take this. We're going to stick our little blue thing there. And we're going to do this. Now, dear people who are watching, I am a newbie. Everything I do is a newbie. It may seem like I know what I'm doing, but I don't. Not even with this broadcasting, I don't. This is like the second time I've streamed. Obviously, there's only 2 people watching. But yeah, you're back. Right on. Yeah, yep, it's dirty. You're agreeing with me. Thank you. As if I have to tell you that an elevator shaft is dirty. Okay. So, like, I'm a newbie and I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I just want to preface that so that it all seems like, if it all seems like I know what the hell I'm doing, I don't. I better turn down Josh Bixler in case he comes in. I'm watching a video on this other screen here. I'm an IT guy, so I have several computers in my work area. More than I should, actually. Okay, so I don't have the right glasses on. Oh my God, I do. That means my eyes are getting worse. Okay, So this is really hard, soldering this shit. Let me see if it's going to be easier from the other side. I think it might be easier from this side. So let's do it this way. Just to recap, we're soldering the connector onto R9, and we don't really need this connector because I'm just going to solder wires to the connector. Okay, so that's it. That's all you need. You just get in and out, but make sure it goes all the way around the base. Sometimes you leave it on, like, see, that's not a good joint there. In fact, I'm going to have to change glasses to my super high magnification glasses so I can see what the hell I'm doing. And I'm sorry if I get my head in the shot, but yeah, see, that's bad. That one is bad. It's got to settle down on there. There. You want like a fillet of solder on that little copper ring that's on the board. That goes all the way up. Like that. I think that should be good. Don't want it to come apart in midair. That wouldn't be good. Okay, so the next thing we do is we solder the connectors. We solder the wire onto the connector. And in order to do that, like I said, I'm a newbie. We're going to do this one step at a time. So first we're going to tin these wires up. I don't even know if it's... Oh, I'm still showing the desktop. Sorry about that. See, I need to finish this. Over here is supposed to be another monitor where I can see the chat. But I can't because it's way over there. So I couldn't even... If somebody were to tell me, hey, you dumb shit, you got the wrong camera view on, I wouldn't know. Okay, 22. So we're going to just strip all these just a wee little bit. Like so. That's the little connector we soldered off camera, apparently, because I don't know how to operate this rig that I got. So we're going to make the blue wire the S port and the yellow wire the S bus. So this one goes on first. So basically what we're going to do is first tin these up. So we're going to get a little solder on each of these little pins. Well, 4 of the 5 pins we're going to get solder on. Then we're also going to get some heat shrink. Good old heat shrink from Harbor Freight. Then we're going to cut up said heat shrink. If you can get it out of the bag, into little segments. And then we're going to put the little segments on there like that. Get another one. I'm going to lose my mic pretty soon too. I'm going to have to get a battery. All right. Oh, let's tin these first. Got to tin all these wires up. Can't have any frays in them. Tin them all up. Am I even on camera? I don't know. I'm going to come look at the chat in a minute. See what's happening, but I'm a terrible live streamer. But I want to spread the joy. Spread the joy of RC building and flying. It is just, for me, it's got all the things that I'm into. Flying, I love to fly. My dad was a pilot. I kind of wanted to be a pilot. Well, but I never could get to that point. Anyway. Okay, see, this is the diagram we're going to watch. We're going to pay attention to this here diagram. When we do this, we have to do that one, right? And then I need one more. I don't have enough. I don't have enough heat shrink. Oh, there's another piece. Okay. So, according to our little picture here, S-bus, we're going to call that yellow. We have a heat shrink on here. Let's turn this around because I'm a lefty. Okay, so now the diagram's upside down. S-bus is on the top. So let's get our solder out here. And let's just get those to stick like that. That's all it takes. I don't know if that was in shot or not. Scoot it over a little more. Okay, the next one down is S port. We're going to call that the blue wire. S port. Now it's going to get more fiddly. Nope. Okay, ouch. Okay. Then the next one is ground. That'll be the brown one. I hate that these pins are so goddamn close together. Okay, so what I did wrong here is I don't have anything on my soldering tip. Gotta have some solder on your soldering tip to transfer the heat, of course. Okay, we don't want it to touch anything else. Okay, so now we're going to look at it with my super close-up inspection glasses. And we're going to move our little heat shrinks and make sure that they can see. That's too close. I can't even. Oh, shit. Pull it all the way off. Fuck that one up. Okay. we're going to have to fix this. I have to re-tin it. Okay. And we're going to try to get some of these other heat shrinks on here. There, now we can do this one. That is just crazy. I don't seem to remember having this problem last time. Ugh. There's just too much solder there, folks. I told you I'm a newbie. Okay. Let's see if we can get that clean. There. We got it cleaned up. No problem. Let's get our other heat shrinks on. There's one. And then let's get the blue one. Okay. Then what we're going to do is bend these pins out a little bit. Like so. Okay. There we go. Now we got to re-tin this again. I don't like the way it's all fat. I'm going to try to smush it with these pliers. I do crazy stuff like this. I'm sure it's not sanctioned stuff. There's just too much solder on there. Let's see if we can get some of it off. Never mind. This is what you're in for. I probably should have just wired these wires to the holes. Now I'm not getting it to stick. My fingers got too hot. Shit. Shit, I say, shit. There we go. God damn it. You guys, I am totally fucking this up. I had it so good, and then I just totally started fucking it up. Son of a bitch. Get out. Get that extra solder off of there. Too much. Too much on here. Too much solder. We're just fucking gonna cut. God damn it. We're cutting this and redoing it. Fuck you. This is what happens. This is what happens. Sometimes I go through like 10 builds and none of this stuff will ever happen. And then I'll have a build where it happens on everything. Okay, so now we got a nice little thing. Let's trim it up. Make it shorter. Okay. Now that looks a little cleaner. Let's try to get that soldered onto that pin without too much trouble, shall we? There. Now will we be able to get the heat shrink on there? Probably not. Oh my God, you guys. This is crazy. Crazy town. There. Okay, that's what we want. That's what we want to achieve. Okay, I'm just going to go heat shrink this. I will have a camera back here too at some point. But not today. That's it. Okay. So, every plane I build, now I have to do one of these. Look at all that solder on the outside of that. Okay, I will check this with a multimeter. I will change my glasses to glasses I can see with, and I will look at the chat. Yeah, I have a solder sucker. It's in one of these drawers, and I had to try to use it once, and it didn't help. I need solder sucker training. But it's funny that my friends that I fly with, they think I'm the best solderer ever. Not ever, but that my solder joints look nice. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll try. Thank you. Okay, so here we go. We're going to multimeter our, see if we have continuity. Let's see. I should not have, God, I cannot believe that I can't see with these glasses anymore. Getting old sucks. Okay, should not have continuity between any of these pins. We do have a beep. Okay, good, 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 good. Okay, so the next thing we do is we got to put a little tiny connector like that connector on here, and I happen to have some. And this, I'm running out of these. Maybe the next paycheck I should order some. These are all I have left. So I can't screw this up. Okay, so the way this works is you have a little crimper, and I'm going to leave a little extra, like that much extra, so we can get to wherever we need to on the flight controller. So we just take a little bit of this, and then we get our super high mag glasses on. And we take this, and we put that in there like so. And then we take this and pinch it so it won't fall out. Then we go like so. Like that. And what we hope is that we didn't smash up, so that we can, it works with a pin, like one of these. And it does. Okay. So we're going to turn off our soldering iron. We're done with that for a while. And we will now upgrade the firmware. Finally, it's time. So how we do that is we take the smart port, which is the blue wire. Let me just double check and make sure I've got everything wired right. S bus is yellow, smart port is blue, ground is brown, VN is red. Okay, we go to our Tyrannus. Do we still have a mic? Yeah. Excuse me while I catch up on my drink. Okay. Okay, how does this work? You turn it on. Oh, first we're going to have to remove the module. Then we're going to plug in. Oh, we're going to have to prepare this connector. So if we look on the back here, we signal minus and plus. That's what we need. And I'm just going to verify that. Let's go over here to the computer. Our 3D print is progressing. Okay, let's get us we are going to look up R9. What was that? How did I, Oscar? Oh, I was on Oscar Lang. O-S-C-A-R. I don't know how to spell his last name. Shit. I search for FR Sky X9D. Out. Images. Yeah, this is the image I want, right? Well, this isn't the one. Oh, this is the one. Oscar Liang. Here's our image. So this is telling us S port is the bottom, ground is the middle, and power is the third one from the... So what we have to do is we have to put our little piece of padding down here. Okay. It's going to drive me nuts. We have to S port. So I have to take this one out. Okay, so we can do that. Change glasses again. Take the yellow one out. Okay, so we've taken the other one out. We put ground and power like that. And then we put the blue one in here. Can you believe we have to do this to update the goddamn firmware? And their new stuff is over the air. Don't let them tell you it's over the air. Let me double check the screen. Oh, I forgot to change camera views again. Power, ground, S port. Okay, so we've hooked power, ground, S port. So now we have this thing sitting here happily by itself. There's our module. So we're going to go and we're going to turn it on while holding the trim keys. And then we go to, oh no, this is not how we do it. Turn it off. Okay, let's turn it back on.
Welcome to OpenTX. Switch warning. High rates. Throttle active.
Okay, so we're going to go to long press menu, then page. Oh, long page. Then we're going to go down to firmware. Then we're going to go down to R9 Mini FCC FRK. We're going to hold the enter button. Flash external module. And now it's doing it. And you can see the light is on. And you can see that the Tyrannus says it's writing. And you just have to wait. That's all you do, is wait. Wait, wait, wait. So what this will do is this will get this bound to the same, or to this updated, this module, this receiver, updated to the same firmware that matches this module. So that when they talk to each other, they won't fail safe and they won't run out of range or whatever. It'll hopefully communicate. And I've had no problems with this R9 system as long as my antenna stays attached. I did have a crash, and then my antenna came disconnected. It broke right there. Right there where I'm pointing. And oh, it's done. Okay, exit. And that's it. Turn this off. Pull this stuff out from the back. This is ready to go. Now, since I'm going to do a wing, and it's going to be the same as the other wing, the next test is to bind this. Now, that's easier said than done, because now I have to power it up while I'm pressing. FreeSky sucks sometimes, let me tell you. So basically the way you bind these things is you tell the radio, you go into your model, and you tell the radio you want to bind it up. And you do that, you put it in bind mode, and then you got to power this receiver while pressing that little tiny S button. So the way I usually do it is I wire in a switch somehow. It's a big pain in the ass. But, so this, we'll get one of these, a single. Let's see if I have a single. I do. I have a single little guy for this one. This one goes like this. Come on. Did it go in? Yeah, I guess it's in. Okay. So the next step is to now bind it so that I can, ooh, more people are here. Hi, people. 3 whole people. That is the most I've ever had watching my now second stream. I'm going to be doing this though, because I don't mind spreading what I'm doing. I think people might learn from it. Maybe I can learn something from other people. That would be awesome. Okay, so the next thing I need to do is I need to be able to mount this into the wing. And in order to mount it into the wing, I need to make sure it's bound. So now I need to do the whole binding thing. So the next thing we need to do is to go back to our transmitter, put the module back in carefully. Do I have any sound now? Okay. I have a different mic. It's not as good. You're all still there. I think that's working now. I think it is. Hello, hello. Testing 1, 2. Yeah, that's definitely working. It's definitely working. It's not the greatest mic, but I have to buy more batteries for my wireless mic. Definitely not the best. It's called a border mic. It's what they use on stages and shit like that. So I don't know how long my mic has been out because I've been babbling on. But we did get this bound. We got this wired up and we've got it bound. So now we can place it inside of our wing and not have to worry about it. But of course, before we move on to that step, I'm going to clean up a little bit because there's too much junk. So we're going to put away this. So what I did there, I don't know, when the mic was off, was as I bound up the receiver and then I tested it, the transmitter, with the other wing because I thought maybe I had bound it wrong and wiped out the bind to the other one. So basically the idea is I want to have one model for all my iNav wings. So I don't have to, and then they're all bound to, all the receivers are bound to that one model. I think that's what I just did. So I will have 2 models bound to the 2 physical models bound to the same model within the Tyrannus radio. Okay. Clean up our work area here. The next thing will be to embed the receiver into the wing. Well, embed it. We're getting ready to glue the wings down. But we have to make sure that we have everything out of the way. Okay, so this, where's my little switch? That's got to be put back away. Right here. This goes with me in my flight bag in case I need to bind up a receiver. I want to try to figure out how to switch the damn thing on. Okay. That all goes in there. This all goes there. Okay. All this crap. It's so dirty so fast. Okay, all these parts keep printing. Here. While I clean, let's take a look at our printer and see how it's doing. Oh, it's printing very well. For a cheap ass piece of shit. Printing very well indeed. By the way, if you were wondering again, that is printing a piece that I designed to fit with the pan tilt mount that is on Matt Ogborn, also known as Rag the Nuts Off. I don't know if you're familiar with his YouTube channel. He flies planes into oblivion. Literally. It's very fun to watch sometimes. Okay. We're getting cleaned up here. See, if you don't clean up, what happens is with these shitty foam-borne planes is they get all dented. If you have a bunch of crap on your workbench and then you set your plane down on it, it gets all dented even before you've taken it for its first flight. Like there, I've got some solder splashed on. Let's pop that off. Thank you. Okay. We are going to now, we're done soldering for the moment. We will solder again later in this build. But now we must focus on where we're going to put this receiver. People wonder why it takes me so long to build a plane. Now you can see why. Okay. So, the way this is going to work is... Oh, we need to switch cameras again. Switch cameras. I don't know if I can still be heard, but I think I can. It might be too loud. So if you look at my other wing, let's see, here, we'll do it in this camera. The receiver is in there in that little window, and the antenna is on the winglet here. So you can see how far in it is. So that's what we're going to try to do, is duplicate that. This wing is not the same, obviously, but it's similar enough. So all we're going to do is, I think we're just going to tape this down right like this. Make sure there's enough to get here to the flight controller. Okay, so I think all we're going to do is tape it down or glue it down. We are going to use hot glue, not just tape. We'll use tape on the wires. So what we need to do is make sure that we're not going to get in the way of the spar. So I think we need to move it a little closer to the end. That's how it's going to go, basically. Okay. We're going to put it down right there. So we're just going to put a glob of glue right there. And I'm just going to stick it in there. Like so. Ouch. It's hot glue. It's hot.
What that's going to do is it's going to give us a nice paper edge and pass right through this back heel. Speaking of back heel, open that up here. Yep. We went ahead and left those in. That way it's more strong. It has some strength when you're putting everything together. There's a crinkle in that area, but now's the time to remove it. All right, at this point,
Probably you can't even see. This camera should be over here, but I don't have that set up. Okay, so now what we're going to do is plop some glue right down on top of that where the antenna connects. So we're going to go like that. And then I'm going to pop some glue right in like that. I know, kind of sloppy, but trust me, my crashing abilities are strong. I want that to sit in the glue. There, like that. Ow. Just hold that for a little bit.
Self-explanatory. If one thing's over or isn't big enough, it's on our own side.
We will tape the wires down here, but
And in the spirit of what you're talking about, I'm actually pulling the paper off. Cool. Which side? Both? Yep. Or is it? I forgot. If you built a big cruiser, all this is you should be able to drag. But you'll see a 90-degree bevel, and then this one here is just a little bit of heat. We're gonna go ahead and put it with the 90-degree. It's not gonna be a huge difference if you get it. You don't really need to get it.
sorry everybody, but I gotta get this glue dry. I don't want to sit here all day. Okay, so you can sort of see. Yeah. No, you can't see. Can't really see. Here, that you can see. So now we're going to just apply some tape again, like so. And then we've got to get it so it doesn't get in the way of the lights. If it can move, it will. That's what the thing is about crashing, and that's the same with the quad. If you got something in your quad that can move around, it will move around. And your plane too. So you try to make sure that you don't have a bunch of crap that's blowing in the breeze, as it were. Okay, now let's just do a little test here and make sure that our spar is not hitting anything. So you can see that we're now ready to, we're pretty much ready to glue this wing down. The other side will get GPS. So, yeah, we should go wide angle. Okay, so that is good. We can route. Okay, the other thing we have to do is mark some of these cables up because we're starting to get things. We're going to lose track. So this one we're going to put RX. This one we're going to put LED. All right, folks. We will do this again in the very near future. And if there's some place you'd like me to announce it, leave me a comment and tell me. And I'm getting ready to pack things up. People are all home. I guess they've been home for a while. Let's add our stick them together. I like to stick it together, the next one on, because
how strong they
Don't
are.
want to run out of hot glue.
Cars. We don't talk about
Don't use hot glue much in making quads, but in airplanes,
it's amazing how much damage they can do.
especially flight test airplanes, hot glue is the
Incredibly durable, so you can really go crazy
stuff.
and cut your teeth on the plate.
Let's check out.
Yeah, water makes crash hard. Yeah, and this is definitely.
Thank you too.
The micros, like the horizons, because the wings are so thin on those. You know, you can tape them back together. But this
All right,
one,
well, we'll chat again, hopefully. And good luck with your Mavic Mini if you're still out there. And I'm going to end the chat now. It's been exciting and fun. Oh, my 3D print is almost done. I hope it fits better than the last one. And we'll see you all later. Have a wonderful evening and a happy New Year, everybody, all 3 people out there. Peace out.